Hello people, it's your boy Usman back again with another video, and this time we're talking about Manchester United top 5 signings. You know, the signings I personally think that we can realistically get, and obviously players that will bolster our squad and obviously make us a team that's competitive in the Premier League and the Champions League. You know, I was thinking about this a lot making this video. I was thinking, you know what do we actually need? And then I thought, you know what, I kind of feel like I've overreacted as well as some of the United fans. You know, we've seen other teams go out and sign fantastic players, and that all aside, you know, I've just looked at our own squad. This time last year when we signed the players that we signed, you know, Pogba, Mickey, etc. You know, I was thinking our squad on paper is more than capable of winning anyone in the Premier League on their day. Yes, I understand other teams are going to make signings and we need to, you know, make signings as well. But what I'm trying to get at is our squad is actually really good. Just the players haven't played to the potential. So I think, you know, in the second season, I just think Jose will get the best out of our players. That's not me saying we don't need players, but I think our squad's a lot better than people are giving it credit. Just underperformed. Anyways, let's get on with the video itself. You know, by all means, if you're new, feel free to subscribe because I will be making these videos very regularly throughout the summer. But yeah, I just want to break down the sort of positions first of all. I personally think we need a centre-back, a CDM, and a left winger and a striker. The fifth position is, for me, is almost like a bonus position. I think that player is somebody that could come in and obviously improve our squad. We don't necessarily need that person. You can probably guess who it is already, but I just think it's why not sign them if they're available, sort of thing. Anyways, let's start with the centre-back position. There's a couple of people that have been bandied about. I'm going to try to pick players that I feel are realistic to come. You know, I understand people are going to be thinking, why the hell has he picked him? Because I just think it's a realistic signing as well as somebody we actually need, or a position we need that would obviously improve our squad overall. Okay, so starting with the centre-back position, there's been a couple of people we've been linked with Michael Keane, Varane, Lindelof, and also Van Dijk. I'm not 100% sure the situation is with Van Dijk. Obviously, we know what Liverpool have just done and absolutely humiliated themselves. I just wanted an excuse to chat shit about Liverpool. Yeah, absolutely embarrassing. But yeah, with the Van Dijk situation, I don't really know exactly if he's able to obviously part ways from Southampton now, or if Liverpool have ruined it for everyone. So Van Dijk would be my initial sort of person that I select. Obviously, Varane's not realistic to come. I don't want Michael Keane. So if Van Dijk is off the cards, I'm not, like I said, I'm not 100% sure what the situation is. I'd go for Victor Lindelof. You know, he's a tall centre-back in the Portuguese league. Obviously plays with Benfica. I did say recently he has come out and said that he's not interested in obviously joining Manchester now or leaving by Benfica. However, in the last couple of days in particular, there has been rumours that we have actually agreed to deal with him. So I don't really know what to believe. You know, with the media at the moment, you don't really know what the truth is and what has been misconstrued. And you know, you see a lot of times when people make comments, it's been completely taken out of context. So I don't know if those comments have been taken out of context or not. Yeah, so for the centre-back position, I would go for Victor Lindelof. Mainly because he's very dominant in the air. Alongside Bailey, it would be a beautiful partnership. You know, he's very good in the air, like I've said. He's good with his feet as well. He's a good ball playing centre-back. And he's just dominant. Like, Smalling has kind of been that at time to time. But I just don't think he's been good enough, to be honest. He's not been consistent. And Victor Lindelof, sorry, looks like a fantastic player. He's also been endorsed by that man, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Zlatan has been singing his bloody praises. And if Zlatan's singing your praises, you must be decent. Well, it could be because he's Swedish. But yes, for the centre-back position, I'm going for Lindelof. In the CDM position, again, I have named quite a few players. Nainggolan has come out recently and said, I'm going on a holiday, I will discuss all this stuff recently. So if I was to pick anybody at all that is actually potentially available and realistic, I would go for him without a shadow of a doubt. You know, the other three players I have mentioned in this position is Renato Sanchez, Fabinho and Bakayoko. Like I've already said in my previous video, I would be okay with any of them coming, but if I was to choose anyone, I want Nainggolan because that guy is flipping quality. He's just a good CDM. I personally think he's underrated. People don't really mention his name, you know, as highly as some of the other CDMs that are bandied about. Okay, so moving on to the left wing position. Okay, so this again has been a position that we have been desperate to, you know, fill. Not necessarily the left wing position. I'm just gonna say a winger in general, because I think we need an out-and-out winger, somebody who's got pace, somebody who can counter-attack for us quickly, because Mkhitaryan and Mata do not offer us that sort of outball, so to speak. You know, when we're sitting in our defensive shape, we need somebody who's going to pick the ball up and run very quickly and get us from flipping defense to attack within a matter of seconds. That's when you can hurt teams, you know, when teams are settled, and we haven't really got that at the moment. I would say Martial and Rashford potentially the only two people that can really do that for us. However, Martial hasn't really been doing that recently because for whatever reason, and Rashford obviously being the striker, I don't expect him to be the one leading the counter attack. It's more the wingers that do that, and Mata and Mkhitaryan don't necessarily have that in their locker. Mkhitaryan more than Mata, but you know what I mean. So for me, somebody that's definitely available. I've already quoted him in some of the transfer rumor videos. That man, Douglas, underrated flipping Costa. This guy, honest to God, I haven't got enough words to praise him. He's unreal. His pace and just ability to run past people is actually frightening. Both feet, predominantly his left foot, slightly similar to the Robben style of play. The way he cuts in and shoots, he can score from anywhere on the pitch. You saw the banger he scored against flipping, I think it was Arsenal possibly, on his left foot when he cut it in, just top binned it. You know, he's capable of scoring from anywhere on the pitch. He's the kind of player that we need. He's very, very quick, and he will literally bring us from flipping defense to attack in a matter of seconds. He would have been an absolute unreal signing. And the price that I quoted was only 35 million. I think that's an absolute steal for someone of his caliber. Other players that we have been linked with throughout the summer aren't really realistic. So Bale, he's already said that he wants to stay, and Neymar would be the other one. Again, not realistic. So for me personally, I just don't see the point in pursuing someone like Neymar. It's going to be similar to what happened with Sergio Ramos. So we don't need that in this summer. This is like a make or break summer for us. So important that we get the players in that are willing to obviously move to us and obviously wanting to move to us. The other player that was quoted with is obviously Perisic. Don't really know what's happened recently. I've heard that we put in a bid for him, how it was being rejected. And it just seems like they want a lot more money than he's worth, and I'm honest to God, I'm not really interested in paying 50 million for Perisic. He's 28 years old. Yes, I said that he would give us a different dimension. However, for that kind of money, look, we can potentially get Douglas Costa for 35 million. For me, it's an absolute no-brainer. I would go for Douglas Costa in the left wing position or right wing position, just a wing in general. He'd be absolute sublime. And going up front, there's been a couple of people that I've personally mentioned. Aubameyang is flipping, it's just a no-brainer. I'm just going to quickly get to it. Aubameyang has to be the person that we should be going for. Like I said, I'm only talking about people that are realistic and people that are actually available to buy. So Aubameyang is actually in the market. Yes, it might not be as realistic as some of the other people that we have been linked with. However, I just don't understand how we haven't gone for Aubameyang. For me personally, if we were to get those 4 players I've mentioned already, we wouldn't even need the 5th player, if I'm being honest. However, just to give you a bit of alternatives, so you can obviously leave your comments in the comment section. Other players that we've been linked with, Morata recently, in particular today and yesterday, it's almost like it's a done deal. It's just a matter of agreeing the fee. They've already rejected 52 million offer for Morata. I think 60 million would probably do it. Probably do it for Morata. I kind of feel like that's quite a lot for Morata, because if we were to put 70 down for Aubameyang, we would probably get him. However, the players that I have mentioned, Belletti, Morata, Lacazette, Lukaku, you know, I wouldn't be too upset if we were to get any of them. We definitely need a striker, somebody who's got at least 20 goals in them. Out of all them, excluding Aubameyang, obviously I've said Belletti. The other one, it seems like it's going to be Morata, but if I was to go for anyone who's available, it has to be Aubameyang. Like I said, leave yours in the comment section. I would not be upset if we got Morata. Don't get me wrong, he's a quality striker and definitely would offer something fantastic for Manchester United going forward. And the 5th person, this is something that I've kind of debated. It could be either one or two positions, you know. We desperately need to replace Wayne Rooney. Tomorrow is going to be the release of the players that are going to be sold or potentially on the market, so to speak. Zlatan obviously being one of them. Massive rumours talking about Zlatan Ibrahimovic, you know, being sold. So we need somebody to replace those goals. As well as Wayne Rooney, who could offer us potentially 15 goals a season. Anyway, so like I said, there's 2 positions here that I'm thinking about. One is left back. Mainly, I've got a feeling that a lot of you lot are going to be saying, Usman, why have you not mentioned left back? Me personally, I'm going to keep faith in Luke Shaw. You know, I just seen a lot of potential in him this season. Yes, I know he hasn't played a lot, but every time he's played, he's showed you know, moments of sheer quality. I just think Luke Shaw is the future for Manchester United. I know he's injury prone and has been injured, but he's just got to be patient. He's very young still. That's something people don't remember. I don't know what Jose's standpoint on him is. You know, it's been very flipping sort of night and day. One day he's happy with him and one day he's absolutely brutal in the comments. So I'm leaving the left back position. By all means, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people say we need a left back. Usman, why have you not mentioned left backs such as Mendy? But for me, I'm willing to keep faith in Luke Shaw, and obviously Darmin's already there. Don't get me wrong, he's not fantastic going forward, but I'm keeping faith in him. So the last person I'm putting on my list is that man, James Rodriguez. He's available. Yes, I've already said he's not something that we need, not necessarily something that's gonna come in and fix our problems. We don't necessarily need a cam, because like I've already said, we've got Juan Mata and Mkhitaryan can play that role, and more than capable of playing that. But if you were to be honest with yourself, who would you rather have in your team, or who do you think is actually better on the day? James Rodriguez is obviously better than Juan Mata. Let's not BS and let's not, sugarcoat it. Yes, I love Juan Mata as much as the next person, but let's be honest, James Rodriguez is definitely better than Mata on his day. So If we sign those 4 players I've already mentioned and James Rodriguez is that bonus signing, I'll be absolutely ecstatic. And I genuinely think our squad is definitely capable of actually going and winning the leagues. We don't necessarily need the sort of big money signings. James Rodriguez would be that big money signing, as well as Douglas Costa, in my personal opinion. You know, that would be more than enough to obviously challenge for the Premier League and obviously do well in the Champions League. So just to quickly recap, my 5 signings are Victor Lindelof at the centre-back position. In CDM, I've gone for Nainggolan. On the wing, I've gone for Douglas Costa. Up front, I would love to see Aubameyang, and if Aubameyang wasn't realistic or on the cards, if you lot might disagree with that, I'm going to go for Belletti and stick with Belletti. For me personally, I want somebody with pace. However, it looks like we're getting Morata now. I'll be absolutely happy to accept Morata because that guy is actually quality. As you've seen what he's done for Real Madrid in a short period and Juventus, he's played for 2, you know, fantastic big clubs, so it shows he can deal with the pressure. So again, we'll be very happy with Morata or Belletti by all means, but unbelievably ecstatic with Aubameyang. And obviously the bonus player that I've gone for is James Rodriguez. You know, I've allowed the left back position. I'd not, you know, I'll take Mendy as well if you want to go for 6, but I just would love to see James Rodriguez in a United shirt as a bonus sort of marquee signing. You know, just to obviously get the fans excited. They were my top 5 signings. By all means, leave yours in the comments if you agree, disagree with anything that I've said. You know, any players that you would put instead of my top 5. If anything that you think that we definitely need that I haven't mentioned, like, I don't know, left back for example, even a right back, I don't know what you lot think. If you're new here, like I said, feel free to subscribe. I will be making those videos regularly and keeping you up to date as much as we possibly can with the Man United news. Like I said, the news regarding the players that we're selling, and obviously Zlatan Ibrahimovic rumours have been brewing today, and I will be making a video on that shortly, so keep your eye on that. Drop a like, feel free to subscribe and share. It's been your boy Usman. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day. Come on United, come on!